The quandary that everybody's going through is, how do I become a successful day trader? Day trading is a completely different game. You cannot throw a dart at a wall. You cannot trade listening to the internet. Nobody was educated on how do I do this. You have a double top and double bottom. What does that mean? Hey everybody, it's me. I'm the Einstein of Wall Street here outside on this beautiful Broad Street with people from all over the world. Fans, people who don't know who I am, people who know who I am. You know what? Look, at the end of the day, we're closing out the second quarter. First half of 2026, extraordinary time to be alive, extraordinary time to be in the market. The quandary that everybody's going through is, how do I become a successful day trader? What is my strategy? FOMO, fear of missing out, hype, hope, right? Am I throwing a dart at a wall? How do I figure out what stocks to buy and to sell? How do I get into that trade? What do I do when I get in the trade? Do I use stop orders? Do I have a plan? I mean, we could go on forever and ever. It is pivotal to have a strategy when you get in. Fundamental analysis, analyzing the company, what they have in the pipeline, what they're planning on doing, their guidance, their earnings. That is long-term investing. Day trading, okay, is a completely different game. Day trading are people who put some money into basically, by definition, day trading are people who are buying and selling stock every hour, every day, every week, every month, hoping to be profitable on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. That means I get in and out of stocks 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever the market is willing to give me. Now, you cannot throw a dart at a wall. You cannot trade listening to the internet. Uncle Herbie telling you to buy these stocks. When all this happened, around the time of COVID, and there was Reddit, and there was Twitter, and all this other stuff. We had meme stocks. Suddenly, everybody was given access to the market. Nobody was educated on how do I do this. So everybody threw a bunch of money into the market. They basically traded on FOMO, hype, and hope. These are not sustainable trading strategies. You can't throw a dart at a wall and hope the market's going to go up. Hope is not a sustainable trading strategy. However, I said fundamental analysis is good for long-term investing. Technical analysis is good for short-term day trading. What is technical analysis? It's the art of charting the market, right? There are certain indicators, moving averages, exponential moving averages, RSI, relative strength index, Fibonacci, pivot points, double top, double bottom, trend trades. I mean, there are rules and strategies that we use at Wall Street Global Trading Academy, developed by David Green, my partner, my friend, my mentor. And we teach this stuff, Wall Street Global Trading Academy. Go to the link in my bio. We are happy to teach you how to do this. However, you cannot go into a market and trade the market with no plan whatsoever. Look, if I want to fly a plane, I don't go to Teterboro Airport, grab the keys, get in the plane, and hope it's going to work out. Right? I mean, that wouldn't work. I'll end up crashing and burning and kill myself. Same thing with trading. You don't just sit down at your computer, commit a whole bunch of money to the market, and then hope and hype and FOMO and lose all your money. Strategy is key. It's pivotal. Discipline and consistency are key and pivotal. And technical analysis, which we teach at Wall Street Global Trading Academy, is probably the best way to learn how to day trade this market. What do we use? We use charts, we use moving averages, we use pivot points, we use relative strength index. We identify support and resistance in a stock. Where do you buy it? Where do you sell it? Where do you short it? That's the bottom line. Those strategies are developed by establishing support and resistance in a stock using indicators. Some people's charts look like air traffic control on 9/11. They put every possible thing in there. Double top, double bottom, this, that, everything. We try and keep it simple because it can be very complicated. So I beg of you all, if you want to learn a strategy, we're happy to help you. Go to WSGTA.com. David Green, my teacher, my mentor, my friend, link in my bio. We'll teach you the strategy. But if not, there are a lot of other people who teach technical analysis, the art of charting, establishing support and resistance. We kind of keep it simple. We have 5 technical analysis trades that we teach. A trend trade. A trend trade is when a market's going in one direction for a longer period of time, 20 minutes. It pulls back to the 9 and the 15 EMA, exponential moving average, and then it goes higher. And you get into the trade on the 9 and the 15. I'm going to give you an overview. If you want to learn, we're happy to teach you. You have a double top and double bottom. What does that mean? That means if a stock goes down and hits some support, and it goes up and it comes back down and hits that same level a second time, that's called a double bottom. It's kind of simple. It's explainable to what I'm talking about. Normally, when a stock hits one level and goes back and hits it a second time, that establishes what's called a double bottom as well as a double top. If it goes up to a level, backs off, and goes back up to that level and hits the exact same spot twice, then that establishes a trade. Then you've got, any number of things. Yesterday's close, yesterday's open. There are any number of indicators that we can use that historically help us identify support and resistance in a stock that tells us when to buy it, when to sell it, when to short it. We cannot use half of my old rules of throwing a dart at a wall, FOMO, hype, hope, and then some of David's rules. You have to abolish all the stuff you didn't know before you started. Join us at WSGTA.com. Take on what David has taught you. Set up your charts. We'll help you do that. Set up your charts with all the different indicators we have. Exponential moving averages, pivot points, Fibonacci, relative strength index. And then when the chart tells you and it sets up, that's when you buy the stock. That's when you short the stock. That's when you sell the stock. That's it. Simple. Strategy is pivotal. Discipline and consistency are pivotal. You cannot be coming into it, sit down at your machine, throw a dart at a wall. FOMO, hype, and hope are not sustainable trading strategies. Go to WSGTA.com. Go to the link in my bio. That's all I got to say about that.